Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. This is going to be Drive Home number 6. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching, and we're just going to go over a bunch of random crazy thoughts running through my head, and as the summer comes to an end, and I'll be back right after this. Alright, welcome back everybody to my drive home on this August 9. It's actually August the 6th. I am headed home. And, you know, for a lot of kids out there, they're coming to the end of the summer. School starts back up sometime this month. And it reminds me of when I was a kid one time. And my grandfather was up late, and I've always been a night owl, and you know, my grandfather was a night owl too, and he was up and we was watching one of he was watching one of his old TV shows late one summer night, and so I remember he looked at me and he kind of said, you know, Zach, what's wrong? You look like you're bummed out. And I was all bummed out, and I was thinking about, you know what? It's like the last couple of weeks of my summer. I got to start school here in a couple of weeks or whatever. And I was sitting there, and I was a kid. I mean, I was like 10 years old or something. And I was all worried about going back to school instead of enjoying my summer vacation. And that's what I want to go ahead and say. I said this to my son recently, you know. And look at that cop right there on the right-hand side. Yep, I don't know if you saw him or not on the camera, but he was definitely, and he just came out behind me right after me, but he is turning. You'll see him turn here in a second to the right, but there he is. But scared me when he pulled back out, because I thought he was going to get right behind me. I was like, man, I wasn't speeding. But anyway, I recently told my son, I was like, you know, why are you worried about going back to school already? You're going to sit and worry yourself to pieces rather than enjoying your summer. You know, people will do that. They'll worry all day Sunday and spend all day Sunday on the last day of the weekend worried about going back to school, or worried about going back to school or to work on Monday. Why worry about something you're going to have to do anyway? Don't worry. Don't worry about the stuff you can't control anyway. I mean, you're going to have to go back to school or work or Monday or whatever. Why waste your whole day sitting there thinking and dreading and worrying about going back to work or going back to school? Don't do it. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your day. You're off now. You know, have fun. You know, life is too short to sit and worry about stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people do it, and I think we're all guilty of it at some point or another. But enjoy life. Enjoy the time that you have. Don't worry about this crazy stuff like going back to work. Oh man, I gotta go back to work. Oh, I gotta work overtime. You know, whatever it is, don't worry about that. Enjoy your time you have now. It's crazy to me that a kid has his whole summer and he spends, you know, the last 2 or 3 weeks worrying about going back to school. Instead, get that out of your mind. Go like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. You know when the time to worry about that is? On the school bus, going to school that first day. You want to worry about it then? Worry about it then. But it's going to be okay. It's not going to be that bad. You're making things worse than they are in your head. You know? Don't do it. Just take what comes. You know, I wouldn't even worry about school on the bus ride to school. What are you worried about? You know, even when you're going to school, have fun. You know, talk to your friends. Have fun with it when you go to school. Don't make it, you know, bad. Same thing with work. Don't worry about work, driving into work. Why are you doing that to yourself? You're beating yourself up. You're worried over nothing. You know, when you get to work, have fun with it. Have as much fun as you possibly can with what you've got to do. I'm not saying go in there and be irresponsible and go in there drinking at work. No, but you can have fun with what you do, whether you talk to customers, whether you in a retail person, you know, whether you're out there doing road construction or whatever. You can have, you know, don't make it so bad. You know, have as much fun as you can with it, with what you got to do. Whether that means, you know, talking to a buddy while you're doing it, or putting a headset on if you're allowed to, and listening to your favorite tunes while you're painting. You know, if you're a painter, you know, bring a radio with you. If you're a carpenter, bring a little radio with you to work and to the houses that you go and carpet. Ask them if it's okay if you turn some tunes on while while you tear the old carpet out and you put some new carpet in. Whatever it is, you know, make it good, make it enjoyable. Don't dread things in your life, whether it be going to school or going to work or whatever. You know, whether you got to go to the dentist or the doctor and you're dreading that. Why spend your time that you don't have to worry about it, worried about things that you really don't have control of anyway? You know, you're hurting your health. It's very, very unhealthy to worry about things. You know? So that's one thing that's kind of going through my head, is everybody quit worrying so much. Everybody worries way too much usually about stuff they have no control over anyway. You know, worried about the weather. Well, why are you worried about the weather? You know? Why are you going to sit there and worry about, oh my gosh, it might hail today, or the wind might blow the roof off? Well, you sit there and worry about the wind blowing your roof off all day, all weekend, and then the wind comes and it don't do nothing. Now, what good was you worrying about it the whole weekend? You know? Just take what comes. I don't know. What's that old Lion King song? You know? Don't worry. It means don't worry. Good song. Anyway, what else? I don't know. I had a lot of stuff I was thinking about that I wanted to go ahead and talk about on this drive home. But, you know, I start talking a lot of times and I forget what I was going to say. But, you know, just worrying in general, you know, it's silly. So many people worry about crap all the time. I don't get it. I guess it's just not in me to worry. Worry about things that you have no control over too. You know, or worried about something even sillier. You know, people worry about what's going to happen to their daytime soap opera. Why the hell would you worry or stress about what's going to happen in a TV show? You know, well, he's my favorite character. So what? Why are you going to worry about it? You know, it's entertainment. You should be watching that show to be entertained, not to worry. I don't know. And then, you know, I just want to talk to us all about, you know, enjoy life. Really. Enjoy whatever it is you love to do. But more than that, stop taking everything for granted. You know, we all do it. I do it. We all do it every day. You know, there is so much pleasure that we can get internally. And I think it's from the simple things. You know, driving home, you're stuck in traffic. You know, instead of cursing and throwing a fit about the traffic and, you know, not getting home until after dinner or whatever it is you're complaining and worrying and stressing about, instead take a look right out that window, right in front of you. Look at the formation of the clouds. You know, look at the sunset. Look at the way the birds are flying through the sky. How graceful they look. You know? Everybody takes all these little things that we see every single day for granted. You know? and we just look at them like nothing, like, you know, it's nothing. If you're a coffee drinker and you love coffee, savor that first sip of coffee in the morning. You know, enjoy it. All these simple little things we take for granted, and all of us do it. You know? If you have a significant other, you know, how about the feeling you get when they touch your hand, to hold your hand, or a hug? You know, when you hug somebody you love. You know, enjoy that. Really get the most out of it. Close your eyes and be like, oh man, that feels good, you know? When you go to bed at night after a long day, you know? Sometimes you could go to bed, you know, and you lay there and you stretch your arm out a little bit or whatever towards the right angle, and your body just feels like, you know what I mean? Enjoy that. Don't take it for granted. You know, all these little simple things that we take for such granted every day, from, you know, a beautiful sunset to the rainbow, the smell of the air after a nice rainstorm, how clean and crisp the air smells. You know, smile about that. You know, it's nice. Enjoy that. Whatever it is, maybe you really like the smell of the grass after, you know, you mow the lawn. You know, some people really like that. Whatever it is, you know, all these little things you take for granted. You can smile so many times every day if you'll just quit taking every little thing for granted. People are so stressed and so worried, which was what I was talking about at the start of this drive home. We are so stressed and so worried about things that we think are so bad, or work tomorrow, or going to school, or whatever it is we're so stressed and worried about, that we stop to remember to savor life. The little things that we take for granted. The feeling we get when our child smiles or laughs, you know? The taste of food that we love. You know, we go home, we make a dinner that we love, whether it be, you know, steak and baked potato, or, you know, casserole, or whatever it is that we really, really like. And we're so stressed and we're so busy, we just gobble it down as fast as we can so that we can get back to worrying. And I mean, I'm guilty of this too. We all do it. You gotta think about that. Think about how stupid that is. You got one of your favorite meals cooked, whether it be homemade, like one of my favorite meals, right? Couldn't be easier. You throw like a chuck roast in the crock pot, start cooking it on low, and then about halfway through the day, or when you get home, you put in some chopped up potatoes. You dice up, so, you know, just kind of cut up some potatoes and cut up some carrots, maybe onion, green beans. Put all that in there too, and let it just cook on low for another 5 or 6 hours. And when it gets done, you have the moistest, most succulent roast beef, or whatever it is you're cooking, and perfectly, you know, soft, tender potatoes and green beans and onions and whatever else you put in there, a little salt and pepper. Man, that is so good. That is one of my favorite meals. It's just like a roast and potatoes and green beans and carrots and crap, all cooked in a crock pot on low all day. Man, I love that. And we're so stressed and we're so worried, whatever our favorite meal is, you know, we gobble it down as fast as we can because we're stressed. And are we in a hurry to sit there and worry some more, or what? You know, are we crazy? You know, I know it's good, but we slow down. Same thing with life. Slow down. We need to slow down. Remember to enjoy whatever it is we're doing, whether we're eating, whether we're playing a video game, whether we're reading our favorite book, or watching our favorite TV show. Quit stressing. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. You know, enjoy the simple things, really. I can't stress this enough, people. Enjoy your life. You're only here for a little while. Enjoy it while you can. Be sure you comment down below. Be sure you rate this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. This has been Drive Home number 6. Take care, everybody. Take care of somebody you love.